Welcome to this session. We have the founding partner of Indieway and Yarkın Arıhan Business Development Director is with us. They will talk about how they were successful with MarbleVerse. And you can start when you're ready. Welcome again. Well, thank you, first of all, for this session and to this event. And I would like to welcome all the participants. You are here on the weekend. Unfortunately, our CEO got a bit ill. That's why he hasn't been able to make us, but he's conveying his brief. I am going to be delivering the presentation, and I hope you will enjoy it. And we will talk about something that's quite important for us. It is MarbleVerse. It was our first project, but first I'll talk about our company, and then I will talk about how our journey has been like, because in the cyber area with all of our experiences, I will talk about the challenges and achievements that we've attained. Well, if it's not working, I can do it from here. Hello again. Aden Games is our name. We are a game development studio based in Istanbul. Yarkın Arıhan is my name. I'm also Yarkın. I'm the business development director at Aden Games, so I'm more involved in the business side of it. But I try my best to take part in these kinds of events as well, because it is a great pleasure to be with young people. I also appreciate when academia and private sector collaborate. Well, coming together with you and receiving your feedback, it's always fun. Well, thank you very much again for being here. So here is a small introduction. We were established in 2019. We have three co-founders. We have a CEO and a founding partner, Armağan Geliboloğlu and Barış and Şeyma Yılmaz. We were established in 2019, so people came together. They were all working at their at a relative at their respective gaming companies, and then they joined forces and established Aden Games. So we couldn't receive any external investments, any subsidies. So we used our own internal sources, and we continued to until 2020. And in the meantime, we released phones, and I'll talk about that as well. And well, being a company is a painful period, actually. It's a lengthy one. There are many big procedures, things that to learn about, things that you go through in terms of basic opportunity. So after 2020, we weren't an official company, but it did have 3 or 4 years actually as this game studio. Yes, we were officially established in 2020 games, and the and these were the games that we did. And in 2020, we focused on hyper casuals. It was quite popular back then. It had great opportunities and huge profit margins. Well, it is still a lucrative area, but some developments occurred along the way, and I will talk about that later. And then we started working with publishers, and it turned into an alternative source of income for us. And we diversified and we expanded our business, and we expanded our team as well. So people right now, and we are taking solid steps in that we do. And as I said, we were established in 2019 and 2020, and this league and Woodlove RNL were our large scale projects. And the league was released, there was a game called Agara. You remember it. It was such a pleasurable game, and we're quite inspired by it. So we worked with PVDI boats as well. So they were the spacecraft. And the more we played it, the more people we built, we would be rewarded more. So it was basically a game that we developed, and in 2020, I guess, and the Steam came second in the league. So it's something that I very much enjoy marketing segment because of pride for us. Woods of Arena, it's a casual RPG game. It has characters, upgrades, and skills. Woods of Arena, I appreciate it as well. I like it a lot. So these are the games that we released when we were first established. So we're a gaming company, so we release, but both of them failed because we didn't have a marketing budget, we didn't have a publisher at all, and well, we didn't have an investor whatsoever. So in terms of technique, and in terms of execution, and in terms of arts, I appreciated them, but because we didn't have a marketing budget, we didn't really attain a lot of achievements, financial achievements. I wouldn't say that. But after we started to work with the publisher, we developed over 100 games in a time period of 1.5 years. And among these games were minor, tiny games that helped us generate a lot of returns, and they also resulted in financial success. But Gold Rush has been our greatest achievement. After it was released, we were the sixth most downloaded game. So Gold Rush was great success for us. And afterwards, we were highly motivated. We are continuing with hyper casual, but in 2021, we were always hearing it. Our CEO was monitoring it closely. The world of crypto, blockchain, the technologies, blockchain technologies and games. So we were becoming more aware of these terms and phrases. But till early 2022, we weren't heavily invested in development efforts, but we were hearing so, from our network and from our co-workers and stakeholders. So after some research, it was great timing actually, and we saw the potential of that early. And starting from early 2022 to today, we have acquired technical capabilities. Barış and Arman, our CEO, they intensively improved themselves in this area. And the Kronos blockchain, the first gamified project, MarbleVerse, we did. We created MarbleVerse, and I will talk about the details of that, but it was learned how. Well, we wanted to see what it was. We didn't understand what blockchain was. We wanted to understand it, the technical capabilities and skills, what it required of us, what kind of safety features and aspects we needed to learn. So we were basically testing it and trying it. So we wanted to learn, and it was the main intention, but we attained great achievements, something that we really didn't expect. And after 2020, we have Project R. So it's going to be a new casual. It's going to be definitely larger scale. It is more familiar and similar with Bitcoin, and it's going to be built on our know-how, and hopefully we're going to be talking about it in the coming events. So we are currently working on this as well. So MarbleVerse, let's talk about MarbleVerse. But before that, the Gold Rush 3D. It has over 10 million downloads. And then Zynga acquired it, and then it's attained the 6th place. MarbleVerse. In the making of MarbleVerse, some 20,000 NFTs we sold. By the way, marble is the NFT. So we have small marbles. And 20,000 NFT, well, we didn't write them from scratch. We generated them. Token IDO sales and private sales, we have reached a volume of 200,000 USD. So incredible sales for us. And before that, MarbleVerse is the first game in the blockchain that we were in. So that's why it garnered a lot of interest. I will talk about necessary details of that. So what did we do? What is it? But what is it isn't? Well, first, it is related to the smart contract. It was something that we needed to learn. It was a most challenging process. Smart contract, what is it? It is a piece of computer software. And when a certain activity happen, it's automatically triggered and there is no return from it. So compared to other game development processes, it is the biggest difference because you can release a game or you develop it alpha, beta, open beta, do the tests and at beta, open beta and alpha, there is a bug. So you do the patch and you upload it in the software and then you fix the bugs. But with smart contracts, you have no return. So you need to be much more careful. And for blockchains, I will talk about some fail cases, astronomic figures we see here, especially when the world of crypto is quite popular. You can face severe risks, you can face severe harm. And it was challenging, but it was also quite an illuminating process for us. And that's why we have extensive technical capability, MarbleVerse and Steam. Well, among the gaming companies in Turkey, they have extensive knowledge right now, and they're going to demonstrate it with the new game that they're developing right now. And our CTO has very much appreciated and recognized it. Akku Ethereum is an NFT project, and Ethers that it's collected 34 million USD is its worth, and they are all in the smart contract. So because of a bug there in the world of cryptos, in the world of blockchains, there is a money, there's an amount of money which is 34 million USD and nobody can access it because this number right now from MarbleVerse 1 USD is the income that we generated, which is extraordinary achievement for us. So when you see these kinds of figures, it's much bigger, 34 million USD you have, but you can't access it. So it's actually a cluster scenario. So the world of cryptos, one other fail case is Axie Infinity. You have probably heard of it too. A blockchain protects Axie Infinity is a pioneering project in this area. It's probably good. And it has its own network, a running network it is, and an attack there. It is one of the greatest blockchain attacks. They found a bug, and it was thanks to this hack that 625 million USD was basically swept by them, and then the entire thing collapsed. So they are all the fail cases, and these are basically involving the exploitation of minor bugs. And how minor that is, I don't really have a coding background. I'm more business side of it, but this is a very, very simple code. Can you see it properly? Yes. When you look at it in the two lines, they're very similar to one another in terms of functionality. And one is wrong. Just have a look at it, which is wrong and which is correct. And I will show you the right version in the next slide. I asked about it to our CTO. from a very, very small bug. And if you pick the one on the left-hand side, your project is doomed to go bankrupt. So 60 million USD is the amount of loss that they have to endure. And there is a small bug here. It first has used the balance, it first resets it, and then transfer is done. So the same method results in mistakes. So resetting the balances and then making the transfer. You should transfer first and then reset the balance. So this is how you lose only because of the sequencing. So you have these kinds of risks, and you need to examine them.
So let's look at our smart contracts, game token, ERC20, Marble NFT, ERC721, reward wall contract. We have consumables and collectibles. These are the technical features, as you can see listed. So, marketing aspect. The biggest difference between Web 2 and Web 3 games is the marketing methodologies that we do. Normally, you develop a game, you publish ads, Facebook, Instagram, you influencers, you find YouTubers, etc., and you try to generate hype. You try to gain the interest. We tried all of them, and none of them worked. And a different marketing strategy, much more organic marketing process. 200,000 follower YouTubers, we talked to them, and they said we could launch your product, but not even one person came to Discord. We tried with a few Twitch public broadcasters. We also worked with publishers, broadcasters who were internationally renowned as well, and we got really comical returns from there. Our biggest success was Twitter AMAs. AMA means Ask Me Anything. In maybe crypto societies have programs. They're very niche and very specific and targeted. Marketing has to be targeted in the crypto world and the blockchain world through the AMAs in an entirely organic way. We got a great Discord community, close to 1,900 members, 1,700 are active. They're always active. Marketing, after the failed cases at the beginning, we did Twitter AMAs and Discord integration. And with organic interaction, we had a great community which continues with us every day. We talk, we are in contact every day. It's a global gamer base, so there are different time zones. Sometimes, for instance, they text you at 3 a.m. in the morning, and then they get mad if you don't respond right away. Twitter AMAs were the most successful for us. Rollium market cap went up to $1 million, and we did something that we see as a technical achievement. Our CTO led it, secondary NFT sales. Inside our game, we have our own NFT sales like OpenSea. Gamers are able to trade their NFTs in our marketplace. We were able to make additional revenues from this. This is fun, scammers. We received a lot. Different techniques of scamming. I'm a prince from Nigeria, give me 5,000, I give you 50,000. There are terrible scammers out there. With deepfake AI, they, for instance, try to imitate a celebrity saying, I'm interested in your project, like Bill Gates is interested in my project. There were such terrible scammers. There are a lot of scammer YouTubers or content creators, like 2 million followers and 1.9 million are bots. This was really interesting. We had a very interesting scammer experiences. Our first DDoS attack took 5 minutes. We went live. We did a countdown on Discord. Everything was hyped. All the emojis were flying around. Everyone was anticipating. We had the countdown to 0. There was a very small bug. It said 0 and then -1, -2. It kept going down. The whole community were waiting for the first project, MetaVerse, HODL to the moon, etc. HODL all the way, and hype and hype and hype. Everyone was so hyped when it said -1. All that love and enthusiasm turned upside down. People thought we were scammers. We were able to solve it in 5 seconds and launch again. Then we started receiving hearts and positive emojis. Once again, the community could be the most important thing in a Web3 project, and it could change instantly the profile, the image that you have in their eyes. There are terrible scammers. There was a DDoS attack that took 5 minutes. So I'd like to underline security once again and smart contracts. Test them 50 times if necessary, otherwise don't do a blockchain project. There could be terrible outcomes otherwise. We were able to revert the DDoS attacks. It was something that we were used to anyway. We work with an external source with penetration tests, etc. We work with an auditor that we trusted. If you have in-house expertise in blockchain cybersecurity, that's great. If not, you have to work with someone reputable. It is a must. Otherwise, you would fail directly, and it could be exploited in ways you cannot even imagine. Let's talk about our challenges, some barriers that we had to overcome. We did overcome some of them. Others, we had to adapt alternative methods. One of them was the App Store. As you know, we develop mobile games as a company. We have some computer trials. There will be on different platforms our new projects as well. But so far we were always mobile. We did casual, hyper casual, our first projects. We know how to do mobile. We release mobile. People are able to download and access on mobile anytime they want. App Store and Google availability. We were not aware of the results. First of all, it's very difficult to integrate mobile. App Store and Google Play, there is still a stigma against NFTs. At the time, they hated it. If they see the letters NFT, your game would never be allowed. And when we were developing MarbleVerse, we wanted it to be a mobile game. We didn't imagine an HTML-based browser game. It also pushed back our development cycle. We were first doing it for mobile, and we noticed we cannot launch it on the store. So we had to adapt some of our methods. Now it's browser-based game. Apple has adopted a new methodology. It's not great, but there's a 30 or 40% positive perspective on NFT projects. In Google, there are certain workarounds. Some games have ads, maybe you've seen, play, gain crypto, etc. There are those small ads. The games are Web 2 entirely. There is no blockchain integration, but they ask you to click something and connect your wallet. and such projects are trying to find a workaround, but there's no official one yet, no official Web3 on Google Play. Not everything was bad, as I said, there were some good as well. What were good? First of all, we were the first game project on blockchain, which brought us a lot of attention and gave us success. The first GameFi project on Chronochain, MarbleVerse, which gave us a lot of benefits. Decentralized app and smart contract development was done in-house with our own resources. This is important. Why is it important? Let's say you established a company or you are leading a team and your lead developer is working on his own and writing smart contracts. If you cannot audit him in some way, it's a very big risk. Many projects lead developer, once the project gets some profit, they steal and they hit and run, because smart contracts are irreversible. They're very critical, and you have to have something in the company that can control him, or you should work with an audit company or pen tester which could observe such security aspects. Otherwise, it's a major respect. It all goes to a backdoor, a very small backdoor, and with that, $600 million could be lost.
We did penetration tests, we did security tests, and we conducted these tests with trusted external partner, because we knew before we got into blockchain world, we analyzed the risks, and what we saw was fail cases. So we were really satisfied with our partner that we cooperated with, and they are still trusted, and we trust our project. We made an event, we organized an event about World Cup in Discord, and we said, if you know if you guess the World Cup final correctly, and you would get NFT. Everybody made their guesses. There were like 10 to 12 people who guessed Argentina would win, and I received this question. I was telling individually, hey, you won, and I'm going to transfer this much NFT to your wallets. Can we confirm these? A community manager asked me, well, don't you have the wallet addresses of people? And since they asked this, and I told them that I didn't have the access, people were satisfied because I don't have personal access to the wallet accounts of people. So security measures are extremely important in this realm, and it is of utmost importance for us, both in-house and externally. So our community appreciates the emphasis that we put on security, and this sense of security really provides a good community for us. So we have a loyal community, and we maintained our loyal community, especially since we started this as a know-how project, and we wanted to learn about blockchains. And with MarbleVerse, we created an amazing community. We are really happy about it. The difference between Web 2 and Web 3 is that you make a game in Web 2 and you update it in every 3 months, every 6 months. You bug fix, make changes, and you put the logs. You say, we changed this, we did that, we did this, we improved this, we had quality of life improvements. We release a patch note and share the update. In Discord, it's not like that. In Web3, it's not like that. We are always in contact with the community. We have Discord rules. We have Discord channels. We receive feedback. So we developed our projects with the community. So the developer and the end user don't really have interaction between them. But in Web3, it's not like that. We make internal AMAs, and we say, hey, we're going to talk. We're going to have a chat for 2 hours at this date, at this hour, about the gameplay, about our development goals. And we talk about a crypto world. We talk about blockchain. We talk about our next projects. We have to stay in contact with our community, because without the community, you can't succeed in Web3. That's for sure. And in blockchain projects, if you are established as a blockchain project, you have a community, and that stems from good community management. So we followed up with our Discord users. We didn't use a generic 3D NFT generator. As I mentioned, we sold 20,000 NFTs. We can't really easily generate that much NFTs, or we can't really make them by hand. So we made our own NFT generator. So we had great designs from that tool, and our community really appreciated our quality of NFTs. What was the bad aspects of our project? We were inexperienced, as I said. This started as a know-how project, and we didn't really expect to succeed this much. So we were caught off guard in some aspects. We couldn't implement some strategies in time, and the development time exceeded our expected deadline. We thought we would publish our app for smartphones, but because of the restrictions, we couldn't publish it in Apple Store or App Store or Google Play. We learned that later. Also, we didn't realize the limitations of Web3 apps, because we always developed in Web2 or traditional games. We didn't know the scope of Web3 and monetization, marketing. We are saying, hey, let's make a game. We should have this much return of investments. We should allocate this much resource. We should receive this much money. That's not our goal, because the project was about learn how for us. We wanted to venture into blockchain. And we thought about this as a short-term project, but it's in its second year right now. We are thinking about different integrations. In January, we're thinking about Twitch integrations, and we want to have a different race track like Minecraft, an open sandbox game. We couldn't really plan for that, but we are doing it by time as we learn. Our learn how process is still going on. This learn how project is really successful, and it has financially benefited us, and that makes us really happy. And what's next? What's our plan? With Titans Loot Guard is a big scale project. It's a mid-core RPG game. It has RPG elements. It has blockchain capabilities. And about the other project, I can hopefully talk about it soon. It's a casual RPG, and our developments are going on in Web2 and Web3 aspects. Do I have time? I can maybe answer some questions. If not, thank you very much for your time. Hello. When developing this project, which language did you use in terms of front end, and which framework did you use? What is the advantages and disadvantages of the languages in terms of visual development, in expect of smart contracts? So we were thinking about Twitch and streamers. We could have just used 3D NFT generators, and you can see our GameFi game on MarbleVerse.io. I don't know about the framework. I don't have information about that, so I don't want to give you wrong information. I guess there is no other questions. There are no questions on Zoom either. If you have anything to add, you can go on. That's all from me. Thank you very much for participating and listening to me.